So in that world and what I see online and what's happening in the world, there's a lot of uncertainty. And anytime uncertainty settles into the spirit, what happens is that we feel stuck. All of a sudden, we feel like we hit a wall, we hit the barricade, life is over, it can't continue, things are hard. And the only thing that I have seen to work when we get to that uncertain place, that wall, is action. Figure out a way to take action, and I promise you, things will change. You will either penetrate that wall, you will either break it, demolition the whole situation, or you'll go around it, or you'll climb over it, you'll dig a trench to go under. Somehow, one way or another, I promise you, what I've seen 100% of the time is success in regards to taking action. Anytime you feel like you're up against that wall, taking action, just meaning do something. Because you're like, well, take action. What does that mean? I pray. Yeah, cool. I'm not saying not to pray, but I'm saying take action. Like, get off your ass and actually do something, attack the situation. And I promise you, success is on the other side. All you got to do is get around it, go over it, go under it, break it. It doesn't matter. Get to the other side of the wall and you will have the thing that you want, which means the opposite of feeling stuck. Anyway, that was my spiel. What do you guys got? Give me questions. I'm here for you. So anything you're struggling with, it could be financial, it could be business, it could be investments. I won't give you investment or financial advice. I will give you my opinions. I want to be very clear there. It's like my small print, or relationships, or struggles on the inside, maybe depression, maybe anxiety, maybe you're dealing with panic attacks, maybe you're overwhelmed, too much stress. There's a lot of shit happening in the world. What to do with all of that? And in regards to what's happening in the world, because it is a lot and it seems like to be changing as if it's changing every single day, and it's getting bigger and some parts worse, sometimes better, some parts better. In all of that, is there something we can do to not give it that much power so it doesn't affect me in such a negative, heavy, anxiety-driven worry, like there's this constant worry, man, doom and gloom. So the question is what to do. And here's the formula. Just like everything else you've done in life, for example, let's say you are able to run a marathon. That means you've trained for a long time. Let's say you're an accountant. Well, to be able to do a tax return or to understand a P&L or whatever the financial world may be, you got to get trained, right? If you are a bodybuilder and you put on, 80 pounds of muscle, you had to go through training. Military, what do they do in order to be able to shoot that gun or become a sniper or go to war and defend our country? What do you have to do? You have to get trained. So all I'm saying is the way to deal with what's happening in the world today is for you to be at peace in the spirit, in the subconscious mind. Once the subconscious mind is at peace and you are powerful and you are comfortable in your own skin, that's the magic, because it doesn't matter what happens on the outside. If you have certainty inside of you, the world can be as uncertain as it wants. You be certain, let them be uncertain. Anyway, that's my stuff. Bella is asking, where would you direct someone that doesn't know what to do with anxiety? Well, I would first direct them to my course on anxiety. Shameless plug, but I know that's not what you're asking. Or maybe you are, I don't know. Basically, so Bella's question is, where would you direct someone that doesn't know what to do with anxiety? Take action. So what I mean by take action, it's very simple or basic for me. If you have a problem, attack it. Do not sit back. Oh Lord, thieth, helpeth, meeth. I don't mean to talk shit about prayer. Prayer is one of the most powerful energy forces in the world. But God, the Bible, whatever you believe in, never said, sit on your ass and I got you. Like nowhere does it say that. It says take action. And here we are again. It's all about taking action. So that idea, there's a song, when you move, I move, right? When you move, I move. It's rap, whatever it is, doesn't matter. When you move, I move, right? So the universe responds to my action. The universe takes action in my action. So therefore, If you can imagine the world, the universe, God already having all of these things that you want, right? Because does the solution for this anxiety for this specific person exist out there in the universe? The answer is absolutely. So how does that person go find it? Well, all you got to do now is take action in the direction of the thing that you want. If you're having thoughts and beliefs that I'm not good enough, I'll never find help, I'm fucked, I'm screwed, this is not for me, only the lucky people get help, you know, the people that can afford it, I don't have any money, it's over, I'm always going to have anxiety. If you have those thoughts on a constant basis, please let me tell you right now, you are fucked. If you flip that into action, because regardless of what thoughts, words, beliefs you have, you're going to get those results. And some people think, well, I don't want anxiety. And they feel that that's going to get them the result. That's going to bring the thing, because I'm claiming it right now, damn it. I don't want anxiety. Guess what? Focusing on I don't want anxiety, speaking I don't want anxiety, having the thoughts of I don't want anxiety and believing it, but I don't, damn it, because anxiety hurts and it sucks. Where you give energy is where you're watering seeds. Whatever you're focused on is going to grow. In whose life? In your life. So what I'm saying is be very, very cautious with prayers, because every thought is a prayer. Every thought is a demand on the universe. Every word you speak is a prayer. Every word you speak is a demand on the universe. You're saying, I better have this fucking thing. But you're thinking that by saying, I don't want this, that you're not going to get it. I disagree. You're going to get it stronger than the opposite way, because you're giving it energy like, I don't want to be fat. Yeah, you're going to be fat. It's law. It's law. It's vibration. It's energy. So having thoughts of, let's say you don't believe yet that you have the solution. It is possible. I deserve the solution for my anxiety. Let's say you're not at the place of believing in that yet. Can you at least go into the place of, how can I? Is it possible? How can it be possible? Start asking your brain questions. I guarantee it'll happen. So, Bella, your specific question, where would you direct someone that doesn't know what to do with anxiety? Depending on who the person is, obviously, if you can afford a coach, go get a coach. If you can afford hypnotherapy, get hypnotherapy. If you don't have money and I'm broke, it comes down to how bad you want help, but you can go to YouTube. It's a free library of all kinds of freaking help. Go to YouTube, anxiety help. Some of my videos will, when you type in YouTube, anxiety help or help for anxiety, anxiety free, some of my videos will pop up. So there's a bunch you can do, but action is the key. Sitting on your ass and saying, oh, pooreth me, woeeth me, you're just going to get more. Nothing's going to change out in the direction of positive. It will get worse. That's that. Bella, great question. Thank you for asking me. I grew up in communism. I came to the United States when I was 9. My father was a very strong-willed human being. He had a hard life. He was very anti-communist and served 14 years in communist prison, and that brought on a certain harshness about him. So he was very verbally, and you guys know the story, he was very, very verbally abusive, at least towards me and a couple of other of my siblings. Not all of us, but specific ones. Don't know why. But with that said, I had to climb my way out of that mental hell, that spiritual hell, where for many years I questioned everything that I was about. Am I good? Am I a creature? Like, I literally questioned myself, am I a creature of God, a creation of God, or am I a creation of, the enemy? Because that was told to me, that was instilled in me through words, instilled in the way of abuse, obviously. So I literally had to fight my way out of this mindset that was given to me. And the reason I'm bringing this up, Tara, is because we are what we're around. And I'm not saying that your youth or your child is in the situation they're in because of you. So I'm not saying, so don't take this the wrong way. I'm not saying it's your fault, but what I am saying is that we are products of our environment, right? So who are you hanging out with? Who are your friends? What do you guys talk about? What was this child? And I'm not talking about the children of the world. We'll get more general in a second here, but I want to get specific or as we get specific, it's also extremely general, because bringing up a child is sort of the same concept. From the moment of inception, when that magical moment happened, all the way till now, let's say the child is 9, 10, 11, 15, it doesn't matter. This whole journey, they are creating and collecting an experience. And this experience is mainly emotional. From inception to the age of 7, all they do is absorb. They have no ego at this point. They're simply all subconscious mind. And this is where their behavioral patterns take place. So I'm going to bring it back to what is the child around? So from inception, and I'm talking like in utero, like in your belly, was that child around fighting? Was that child around the news in the background? Was that child around any kind of verbal abuse, physical abuse, drug abuse, substance abuse, alcohol abuse? Was that child around hatred, anger, envy? What vibrations was that child around from inception to the age of 7? And all of a sudden, now you fast forward to your child today, whatever age that child is, you're going to figure out, holy shit, this is all happening because, like, back up all the way. Let's say the child is 8, 9, 10. And you told me his age, but I forget now. I think 12. Back up all the way to the moment of inception and do an inventory. What has the child been through? What has he heard? What has he witnessed? What TV has he watched? What movies? What Disney? Because all the stuff that these kids are exposed to today is by design evil. It is designed to penetrate their soul. It is designed to create control. And this is a much deeper and a longer conversation. But to answer your question specifically, yes, kids have it very difficult today. What to do? Get their fucking iPhones away from them. Turn off the fucking TV. Get them out of public school and homeschool them and love on them and stop the indoctrination because it's not public school, it's government school. Public school would mean that you would have control, that you'd have some kind of say. You'd have to have some kind of power in the way your child is being educated. And guess what? You don't. I'm not talking to you, Tara, like I'm scolding you. I'm talking to all of us as parents in the world. So who are they hanging out with? Do you know their friends? Do you know what their friend's household is like? Do you know what conversations happen in that friend's household? How does mommy treat daddy and how does daddy treat mommy? Is there respect? Is there love? Or is there cutting down? You're a bitch. You're an asshole. You're a dick. So now the child takes this on and comes to your child and does the same because that's normal. You're fat. You're an idiot. You're a dick. You're stupid. What the fuck? You told my child. So this child is created by God. I spent the last 7, 8, 9, 10 years loving the shit out of him, fed him organic food. I worked 4 jobs just to take care of him. And now you from the outside are coming in to call my child a big fat pig? Whoa. You follow me? Do your inventory. Get involved. I'm not going to tell you guys what to do with the thing that goes in the arm, that kind of juice, but from early on, those things, read the label. Read the label, see what's inside of them, and then make a decision if it's okay for that juice to go into your child's body. And we can go on, and we can go into the toothpaste and the fluoride that's in there, and what's in the water they're drinking, and what's in their food they're drinking. Everything today is designed to make these kids fucking crazy. Social media, guess what? No. Get them off social media because social media is only going to tell them one thing. You're not good enough. You're simply just not good enough because, well, look at that other person. The hair's done. The makeup is done. They've got a 6-pack. Oh, look at these muscles. And you don't have that. And that's why you're only getting 2 likes on your post. So what to do? It's amazing how we've normalized this behavior today, that it's okay to be on TikTok. Fuck no, it's not okay to be on TikTok for kids. It's evil. It's built to take your kid's spirit apart. That's what it's built to do. And how many kids are on TikTok and, ooh, this dance and that dance. And now they do the dances with the parents. And I'm like, fucking idiots. Are you kidding me? And what happens is this. What do we do now? Because it's too late. Well, we didn't pay attention before. What happened to your kid reading a book? What happened to your kid going to Bible study? What happened to your kid learning how to go help the neighbor mow their lawn, the elderly take out their trash? What happened to that good Samaritan child from 30, 40, 50 years ago, before the cell phone, before social media, before Disney, before Blue's Clues, before being indoctrinated with homosexuality and pedophilia? And how deep does it really go? So what to do? Take action. Get involved in every aspect of your child's life. And that's my biggest message. Get involved in every single piece of your child's life. Love the shit out of them and protect them. That's your job. That is your job. Because everybody else's job out there is to go come get your soul, your kid's soul. If you don't protect it, they will get the soul. So what you're talking about is anxiety, panic, depression, suicide, all this shit. Guess what? Somebody's trying to take his soul, their soul, her soul, whoever. That's a deep subject for me because of what I had to come out of. And I'm so passionate about helping kids have a better future, but it does begin with mom and dad. Mom, doesn't matter, single, doesn't matter. It begins at home. What you do at home, they're going to replicate. Thank you, Tara. That was a badass question. Thank you. Hey, how can I be more emotionally present with or for my family? Beautiful question, right? Bella earlier said, how does somebody get help with anxiety if they don't know how to get help? This applies to that as well. What do you do with teenagers in today's world to help them with anxiety? Guess what? This will help them as well. So you can apply this exercise to anything in life. It's the who, what, when, where, why. And I'll explain it very briefly. You first want to take apart the word who. Who am I? Right? So this exercise is for me. Don't ever do it for somebody else. You'll get in trouble. It's not your place. Very judgmental, right? But I'm going to do the exercise for me. Let's say I'm looking to make another $1 million, but I feel I'm at that ceiling. I feel stuck, right? I want to take action, but I don't know how. So I want to figure out like, okay, cool. Let's do inventory on my whole reality today. So I'm first going to take apart the first W, which is the who am I showing up to my business today? Who is Andre showing up to everything having to do with this growth cycle pattern, scaling of the business, etc. And as I do this inventory, am I excited? Who is Andre, right? Who is Andre showing up as? Am I excited? Am I in a peaceful place? Am I in a creative place? Am I in an angry state? Am I in a resentful state because of blah, blah, blah? Am I in an envy state because my competition bullshit? Once I figure out who is showing up to this business, then I'll get some clarity as to, well, shit, this thing's not happening because I got some baggage. I'm holding on to some stuff. I'm focused on the competition. See, here's the thing. In winning, in business, and in racing, and everything we do in sports or competition, here's what happens. The winners only focus forward. The winners only focus on the goal, on the end line, on the finish, the checker flag. Those are the winners. The other people look to the side to see where their competition is. Are they getting ahead of me? Are they faster? Do they have a better car, a better motorcycle? Are they faster runners? And these people that look to the side, rarely do they get to the finish line because they're focused not on the goal, the win. So figuring out who you are to figure out what's holding you back, and you can now do cleanup in those negative areas, empower the positive areas. Boom, you can figure that out. Who, what, and then you go to the second level of what do I really want? Once you figure out the truth of what you really want, for example, if I want that next $1 million just because it's something empty and stupid that I'm not connected to passionately, well, hence the problem. Right? But if I want that $1 million, that next level of success, and I really, really want it because it represents something phenomenal. Maybe I can help someone in that journey. Yeah, it's going to make me profit. But if I can help a group of people, maybe change mindsets of some kids or communities, or I can do some kind of good, then now I have a connection to it and I understand what I really want. So it wasn't about the $1 million, but it was about what the $1 million could possibly bring for me and others that can now get me connected to my deep, deep what. So who, what, when do I want it? How much time do I got left? You know, I'm 52 today. So do I want to fuck around for another 30 years on this? Or are we talking a couple of months? Let's rock and roll. Holy shit. Time's running out. Go. Opportunity window attack. Who, what, when, where, in that journey of what I want, where am I? You got to do inventory. You got to understand exactly where you are. So like if I want to make that million, but I'm only at 800,000, why? Why am I only at 800,000? And what's worked to get to the 800? And what can I do more of what's worked to get me over the million, which means the checker flag, right? And then why? This is the mother lode. Why do I want this? If your why doesn't make you cry, boom, you're pretty much wasting your time. So you really got to connect to, maybe it's the kids that you're fighting for. Maybe it's a charity. Maybe it's a wife. Maybe it's like Steven's saying, I got to be there for my family because I want to represent to my family what it means to be a man and be emotional, because that is okay to be emotional as a man, etc. So that's the idea of who, what, when, where, why. And Steven is saying he used it and it worked. So Steven, great job. Congrats. Fucking huge. So do you feel, so Tara's saying 12, so do you feel this environment plays more a factor than genetics? I don't believe in genetics. I'm going to blow your mind right there. So epigenetics cancels out genetics. So if you know Dr. Joe Dispenza, Bruce Lipton, what they have scientifically proven is epigenetics outrule the concept of genetics. So the idea of, well, you know, my ancestors had cancer, so therefore I got to be careful. Disagree, bullshit. It's all about your fucking thoughts. 100%. It is nothing outside of your thoughts. Your thoughts are based on your belief system. Your belief system resides in your subconscious mind, which is also known as the spirit, which is here. That's why our emotional system is here. It's in the chest and the upper belly area. When you get butterflies, you get them here. When you get excitement, you get it here. When you get fear, you get it in the belly. When you get love, ecstasy, where do you feel it? It's all here. So this is our computer to feel shit. And when it feels bad, you're going in the wrong direction. When it feels good, you're going in the right direction. Do more of the good, do less of the bad. And that's a simple, simple rule of life. So yes, genetics, bullshit, epigenetics, all the way. You are in control of your body, of your world, of your universe. And what happens, genetics allows us to blame. And this is the mother lode too. Genetics forces us to blame. Well, it's because of my ancestors. It's because of that person. It's because of the other thing. So we're constantly putting blame. I can eat 50 hot dogs and burgers a day and I'm fat because fucking genetics, damn it. Fucking uncle and damn it, grandfather and all these, just horrible genetics. But shit, I'm fat because of them. I can't help it. I'm just eating 50 burgers a day because of them. Whoa. You see my point? So it forces us to blame and judge. And not only are we blaming, it's deep, you guys. It's deep, the bullshit they fed us. Because as soon as I say, I have a condition, I am a certain way because of genetics, I'm not only blaming, judging, but what did I just do to myself? What did I just do to my own body? I spoke over my body that I am this certain thing. That these genetics that are inside of me because of this other bullshit story that I've been fed and believe now, I'm able to speak over myself. And of course, this thing is going to happen because life goes in the direction of what? Thoughts, words, and beliefs. So if life is going in the direction that you don't like, change your thoughts, words, and beliefs, and automatically life will go in a different direction. So the idea of genetics, bullshit. Epigenetics, all day. Thank you for that. Hospitalized currently, but I will be making changes when he gets home. You hit the nail on the head. Hindsight is 2020. Yeah, but listen, nobody teaches us this stuff. Who of us, anybody live, replay, wherever you're listening to this thing, when were we taught the human dynamic? When were we taught human behavior? When were we taught emotion? Emotional connection? When were we taught the concept of communion, communication? Come on, we all went through preschool and then elementary and then middle school and then high school, and some of us went to college. Outside of attempting to get a degree in psychology, which doesn't teach you shit about this, when are we supposed to learn how to be a human? They taught us history and what happened in 1864. Who gives a shit? You follow me? Why does that matter? Teach me how to deal with this. Teach me how to be able to raise a phenomenal child. But see, we're products of a system, and then we're looking to bring in another human being as a leader of the product of the system in this household, right? And then that child is not only fed by this leader of this society, but they're also a part of the society. So they're getting the new and improved 2.0 version of the society that's feeding them the new bullshit. And I got mine, 30, 40 years ago, giving it to them now, and now they get their own. And then guess what? One day they're going to reproduce, and they're going to do the same cycle, and just gets better and deeper, and it's fucking scary. But here's what's exciting. What I'm mentioning right now, what I'm talking about, is called the matrix. What's exciting is that you can break out. You can break out of the matrix, and all you got to do is change those thoughts, change the beliefs, change the fact that instead of being a piece of shit, not good enough, and I don't have enough money, and all these self-limiting beliefs, all that dirty conversation that's up here, stop all that. Literally just stop it. Find a way to stop it, because every thought and every word coming out of your mouth, you are demanding this from the universe. You're saying, God, I don't want anxiety. God doesn't speak English. God hears anxiety. So you're going, bam. Oh, connection. Oh, Andre wants more anxiety, because he said anxiety with passion and great detail. Change those into what you want. And that's the concept of I Am 111. I keep preaching this to you guys. Figure out what it is you want in life and only speak those things, even if they're not real today. I am a millionaire. I am a model. I have a 6-pack. I have a 12-pack. I have huge biceps. I have a Ferrari. Whatever it is you want. Listen to me. Here's how you change the subconscious mind. There are two ways. You want to go into theta mode. Theta mode, I'm not going to go into theta mode, but you want to be in theta mode. Here's what happens. You can change the subconscious mind either through hypnosis, which hypnosis automatically takes you to the subconscious mind, and you can do work in there. That's why the hypnotherapist can do phenomenal things. So hypnotherapy in general, phenomenal. And number two is repetition. Repeat. You, every single one of us have become a master at opening doors, because we don't have to think any longer. Holy shit, that's a door. It's a wooden panel. Looks like a door. It's got a doorknob. I got to turn it. I got to reach my hand out, turn, pull, right? So there's this unconscious behavior now. You don't think about the doorknob. You don't think about the door. You just walk up. So imagine now if you can have positive thoughts in the same way. Imagine believing in yourself in an unconscious fashion to where you're always fucking amazing. You always feel like a badass. You always feel like a phenomenal child of God. You always feel abundant. And guess what? It is possible. And you're like, whoa, you can't be that freaking perfect. Look, shit's going to come in. You're going to hear something. You're going to get a thought. You're going to get an image. You're going to get this thing. Get out. Get out immediately. Have tools and train yourself to get out. Yes, shit's going to happen. It can't touch you. It cannot touch you. You got to be that strong in your belief in you. And this is what kids are missing today. Kids today are not good enough. They don't believe that they are good enough. They are not enough. They're pieces of shit. And they're battling this through this life. They're crawling their way through, just trying to get a little bit of oxygen. I got to feel good about myself today. I got to just make it another day, another minute, because they bully me. They tell me I'm stupid. I'm fat. I'm a piece of shit. And then depression kicks in and they don't want to be here. And then suicidal thoughts kick in. And it's that deep and that fucking ugly. So be an example. Speak out loud the things that you want in your home. Like Steven, with your kids, bro, congrats. Speak over them. Tara, speak over your kids what you want. Preach. That's the concept of preach. Don't beat them up. Preach. Let them know how amazing they are and how loved they are and how they can do anything. They can achieve anything. That's the key. I know something from Beth that she did. So if you guys remember last week, 2 weeks ago, whenever it was, Beth came out and said, hey, I have this brick, my last brick that I can't get rid of. And it had to do with a relationship. And I don't know how much I shared, but my big message to Beth was, you're not committed. You're not committed. You don't want this thing bad enough to where you'll go fucking do whatever it takes to get this thing that you want. And what she really wants and wanted out of this thing was her own happiness and her own freedom. But all this other bullshit, the stories that she made up throughout the years, were keeping her stuck. So she was not taking action because of the bullshit stories called a wall. As soon as she was committed enough and serious enough to take action, regardless of the stories and the bullshit, guess what? She took action, got a result. So boom, that's a badass right there. Congrats, Beth. You are a badass. I hope you guys have a phenomenal, today's what, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, kick ass. And listen, my goal in doing these, of course, is to give you tools to change your life. But then more importantly, if you can find a way to share this with people, meaning if you learned a nugget, share with people in a way to where you're not telling them what to do or, pushing your stuff on them like Bible thumpers do, like, oh, you got to listen to Jesus. It's not, no, you don't. You can choose to listen to Jesus, but you don't got to listen to Jesus. So same thing, without like shoving it down people's throats, find a way to be like walk the walk. You follow me? Because when you walk the walk, people will notice. People are going to see something different. They're going to like what they see. There's a new energy. There's a new person. There's a new vibration. There's a new sexiness. There's a new walk. There's a new talk. There's like, whoa, holy shit, I want some of that. So when you walk the walk, when you're an example of your own product, or a product of your own product, and I don't know how that shit goes, but here's what's exciting. People will watch you and they will follow you. So be that example. And that's my point about taking nuggets from here. Actually implement them. Like Steven, boom, bro, hats off to you. Congratulations. It's working. And it wouldn't have worked if you didn't do anything with it. And that's the key. You took the nuggets, you took the tools, and then you went to work, you took action, and you got a result. So my point is, do something, share with the world, and the world will watch you. And do it with enthusiasm, because there's that saying, as long as you're on fire, people will come to watch you burn. Every Thursday, 2 p.m. Pacific, I will see you guys back here. Be strong and be a badass.